exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Madden 22 Atlanta Falcons retro rebuild here on Madden PC. That's right, we return. We are finishing up the season in this episode. We've got weeks 10 through 18, and then in the next episode after that, hopefully, fingers crossed, a playoff appearance. The first time we could ever make the playoffs in this series. I think we've got a good team for it. We've been on a little bit of a winning streak at the end of last episode, and I think we might have finally put together the team, and that kind of makes me a little bit sad because if you missed the offseason episode a couple of episodes ago, we traded away Michael Vick for the first overall pick, which ended up becoming Calvin Johnson Jr. We traded him to Buffalo, Michael Vick. And now we have Aaron Rodgers as our starting quarterback, and he's been playing good. I mean, we're 6-2, as you can see, but it kind of feels bad. I mean, this series was supposed to be about Michael Vick and him rebuilding, or us rebuilding the team around Michael Vick, but then he just got a little bit too expensive, so we had to move on from him. But Michael Vick is synonymous with the Falcons, and I wanted to win a championship with Michael Vick as the starting quarterback, but we just didn't have the roster to do it. So we had to eventually cut ties with them, which made me a little bit sad. But we are going to keep an eye on the Buffalo Bills to see how they do with Michael Vick as their quarterback. Who knows how long he'll be there? Because I don't even know if they'll be able to pay him like we couldn't pay him. But as I mentioned, we are 6-2 on the year. If we take a look at our roster, it is progressing slightly. We're getting some good progression out of all of our guys. The main thing with progression is you have to be able to win. Like, morale boosts in Madden are massive. So the reasons why like Jason Witten and Antonio Gates are still super low overalls is because we were losing so much that our team as a whole didn't get those morale boosts and those momentum boosts and stuff. As you can see, like, we've got +3 on Colston, we've got +3 on Jordan Gross, we got +2 on Jahari Evans. I mean, +4 on Clinton Portis. I mean, like, these are the kind of things that you need to grow your team that's super young, and our team is super young. So if we continue to have good wins and good seasons where we're winning games, we're winning 9, 10, 11, 12 games a year, and we're making the playoffs consistently, then you'll start to see those overalls shoot up into the 80s and 90s, which is where they should be. So our offense is looking really good. Our defense is also looking really, really good. We brought in Patrick Willis as a draft pick last year. You guys remember that. We also have Justin Tuck still here. We got we got Darrell Revis, who we drafted as well. Nate Clemens, who I didn't even think was going to be anything in free agency. We signed him just to be another body on in the cornerback room, and he turned out to have Superstar X Factor. So, I mean, that was awesome. I think he had Superstar when we signed him, but then he developed into an X Factor during the offseason, I think, or when we came into preseason. We still got Sean Taylor. This is going to be the last year for Brian Dawkins. I just don't think it's worth it with his contract and him being older. He's now, in the 30s? He's 33. He is a low overall, low 80s. I just don't think it's really worth it. Now, we don't have a backup. We have Tremont Williams, who I guess could develop into a backup if we give him time. But, I mean, the trajectory that we're on right now doesn't really lend itself to trying to develop somebody this low of an overall, especially with only normal development. So we're going to have to either draft another safety that's better or sign somebody in free agents or trade for somebody. I don't know. But we are going to have to move on from Brian Dawkins after the season. He was a nice pickup a couple of years ago in free agency. He's really been a solid safety for us, but just he's getting a little bit older. So we are going to have to cut ties with them. 6-2 on the year. We're going to jump in and play the moments against the New Orleans Saints because this is a big matchup, 6-2 versus 6-2. This could, along the end of the season, end up deciding where we finish in the division because it's a three-way race for the division right now. The Panthers are 7-2. We play them in a couple weeks in week 12. And I think that's the last time we play them. And then we play the Falcons, or we are the Falcons. We play the Saints, what I wanted to say. And I think we play them one more time later on in the season. I can't remember, honestly, if we have played them already in this year. But we are going to get ready to do that. I want to show you one more thing before we jump into this game and play. I want to show you guys the draft picks. We currently have no money, but that's because we got a lot of guys that we're paying a lot of money to. Brian Urlacher, especially, our most expensive player. And then you can see Brian Dawkins is not worth almost $20 million cap hit. So we're going to definitely move on from him. But the draft picks are as follows. Currently, we have the 7th, 17th, 19th, 26th, 29th first round picks. We have a lot of second round picks, a lot of third round picks, and then a 6th. And as you guys may or may not know, this draft class is the 2000. That's weekly strategy. No, that's not what I wanted to go to. This draft class is. Oh my god! I just went back way too much. Okay. Let me get right back in here, and then we'll go to the draft class. That's what happens when you hit back too many times, I guess. I clicked the autosave. It doesn't matter. It saved it. I didn't do any changes, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now we're back in here. Scout College Players is what I wanted to originally go to. This is the 2008 draft class, because we are in the 2007-2008 season. And quarterback, Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco, the two main ones. Then you got the running backs, Darren McFadden, Jonathan Stewart. I think we went over this in the last episode. Maybe we didn't. I don't know if I did or not. I mean, we got Jamal Charles, Ray Rice. I could use a nice backup running back. And these guys are projected to go second round, late first round, second round. So that could be pretty good. We also got Rashard Mendenhall as well. Then at wide receiver, which we could always use the help at wide receiver, Jordy Nelson's here. Eddie Royal would be a good pickup. Deshaun Jackson, obviously, would be a good pickup. Mario Manningham would even be pretty good. Tight end, we don't really need a tight end at this point. I mean, we could use a third one, and Jermichael Finley wouldn't be a bad option. Or Gary Barnidge, even. Offensive line, I think I'm going to stay away from offensive line this season because, I mean, we have pretty much every single position filled at this point. There are some really good offensive linemen in this class, most notably the tackles. And I don't think we need tackles because we have Jordan Gross and Andrew Whitworth at this point. So we can probably stay away from the outside tackle positions. Cliff Averill and William Hayes at the left end spot. Then at right end, you got Chris Long. You've got Vernon Golston, who ended up being a bust. You've got Calais Campbell, who's really, really good. D tackle, which is something that we do need. Glenn Dorsey, Cedric Ellis, Pat Sims, Red Bryant. It's not the greatest D tackle class this year, but there are going to be some classes that get better as we go on, so we don't have to necessarily worry that much about the D tackle spot. Left outside linebacker, not really a lot there. Then you got the middle linebacker spot, which we could always use the depth, especially because Brian Urlacher is making a ton of money. So you got Gerard Mayo, but that's about it that I see that's actually worth it. Wesley Woodyard would be pretty good, I guess, but he's about the only other one that I'd take. Right outside linebacker, we've had Keith Rivers in previous saves on Madden 21, so I'm going to probably stay away from Keith Rivers. We've also had Philip Wheeler, so because this class is what right around the time where we started up our series, because this is the first year that I've started so far back. We started in 2002 in this series. Last year, I was only able to start in 2006 or 2005, something like that. So we've gotten so many more draft classes out of it instead of starting this late. Cornerbacks, we could always use another corner, and Aqib Talib, DRC, Mike Jenkins, Brandon Flowers, Charles Godfrey. There's some decent corners in this class. A little bit later down the board, you got Brandon Carr, you've got Orlando Scandrick. So we could pop, and Kyle Arrington was a decent corner for a year or two on the Patriots. So, I mean, we could find a corner depth at this position. Free safety, not really anything that I would want to take. I mean, we have Sean Taylor anyway. And then strong safety, we have Tyrell Johnson, Tyvon Branch. It's not the greatest draft for a strong safety, which kind of worries me. Hopefully free agency is a little bit better. But that's what the class is looking like this year. I don't know if I did that or not in the first episode. I can't honestly remember. But now it's time to jump in and play the game against the Saints. Hopefully our offense is dominant, and hopefully our defense keeps up with our offense, and we go 7-2. I'll see you guys in the game. Smash that like button if you're going to enjoy. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Juice Club. Let's get it.
Tonight, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time football on EA Sports. It's the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints.
EA Sports coverage of the
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, picking up in the first quarter, down 7-0 already, looking to score a big-time touchdown, but we got to get the first down, and we can't do it. I tried to fit it into Jason Witten, wasn't able to do it. We will take our 3 points, though. Aaron Rodgers not having, like, the greatest season statistically. I don't know why that's such a hard word for me to say. Statistically. But, I mean, it's his first season as a starter. He's not, like, a super high overall right now, so, I mean, that is to be expected. And we got a main man wide open, Wes Welker, or as former dead Boston Mayor Tom Menino like to say, Wes Weckler. Not former dead, former mayor. Not former dead. He's still dead. And now we give it to Clinton Portis, who has taken a skin transfusion and is a lot lighter now. And also got rid of his face. He's just a model at this point. But a cut inside, and Clinton Portis will score a touchdown to take the lead for the Falcons. His 10th rushing touchdown of the season. Good job for Clinton Portis there. You love to see that. Oh, we won't take the lead. I forgot they scored another touchdown. Ooh, we are getting actually beaten down by this Saints offense. And our defense can't compete, really. We've got Megatron running a nice route. And I might have to find him, but I have to find Jason Witten because the pressure was too much for the boys. That's going to be the 2-minute warning, so we will not call a play. Down 21-10. Can we score? I really hope so. That's the same play that I called earlier. I don't want to call that again. Calvin Johnson is running a nice route, and it might have to be him after I roll. Make a play, Calvin. You can't just stand in the middle of the field, Calvin. Make a play. Help a brother out. You can't just stand there and act like I'm going to find you. Clinton Portis, though, is wide open. Clinton Portis to the end zone. Almost. He's down at the 1. Clinton Portis has been a monster in this game so far. Let's go jet touch pass. And this could be Wes Welker for a touchdown. I need you. I need you. Get in there, Wes. Get in there, Wes. He fell and lost yards. I wanted to cut in, but I didn't think I could never find the right time to cut in. So now we go. Calvin Johnson touchdown. Megatron scores, and we are back in this game. That's a big-time touchdown from Calvin. Good job, Megatron. We needed that. I don't know who gets the ball. Oh, I don't want to kick this field goal, no. I don't know who gets the ball to start the second half. I think we do. Play the key moments. Make the field goal, please. We do make the field goal. We do get the ball as well. So we're down by 1 with the ball in the third quarter into the red zone. I'm looking Calvin Johnson all the way here. And I got to throw it quickly. Incomplete pass. 20 of 28 for Aaron Rodgers so far. It feels weird. And I think I mentioned this in the last episode as well. It feels weird not having Michael Vick to be able to just scramble whenever I wanted to. And that ball's got to find the way through. It's got to. You got to be able to find the pass. But we were denied again. From the 15-yard line, it's 3rd and 10. Fit it in there, Rodgers. That was a poor throw. Yeah, it was a contested window, but that was a horrible throw from Aaron Rodgers, and it's going to be an interception and turnover for the boys. That's not what I want to do. Key moments. We are probably... Oh, we got the ball right back. Look at the defense giving us possession. I might just have to run this ball again because Clinton Portis has been the most consistent thing about this offense. And we're going to try and get it in there. 14 carries, excuse me. 14 carries, 43 yards. Oh, that was 3rd down. Why am I an idiot? I'm an absolute idiot who can't talk and can't read. Kick the field goal, take the lead. That's all that matters. We're back in the red zone again. On this time, it's third down. Oh my God, I am struggling. It is first down. Somebody, like, call a hospital or something. I need some help. It is first down and 10. Start of the fourth quarter in Atlanta. Rodgers rolling out, finding Calvin Johnson, but the man stayed with it. He was watching Wes Welker, and yet he still is able to cover both men. That shouldn't be a thing that happens in the Madden games, but Clinton Portis, shake halfback corner, is really good. And Clinton Portis has been a monster in this game. An absolute, utter beast. We get the ball, and with 3:17 to go, we are up by 2. This is a close game. This is a really close game, but Clinton Portis has got space. He's got the side. Clinton Portis down the sidelines. Can he take it to the house? He can! Clinton Portis is a man amongst boys. Oh my word. 80 yards to the house. Clinton Portis. Wow, I guess that the skin transfusion has worked out in his favor. Clinton Portis takes it to the house and pretty much guarantees a victory for the boys. Although, I mean, who knows what's going to happen here. 4th and 1. There's the throw. That's a push off, but I guess it doesn't matter in Madden because it's a touchdown. So they're still in this game, even though they are not technically in this game. Still, we just got the onside kick, and we're up by 2 still. Can we hold on to win this game? Clinton Portis trying to break another tackle. I think he tripped. I think he might have tripped. All right, we don't need to see this stuff. They're just gonna keep calling timeouts, and we're just gonna keep on winning. So I gotta run one more play because I'm stupid. I'm an absolute idiot. There we go. Give it to Clinton Portis. There's a flag too, so they don't even have to use a timeout. Yay, holding call. We love holding calls. Yay. Jordan Gross is the man to be penalized for it. And now we will just jump in Super Sim because I cannot be bothered to play out this last minute of the game. Skip the time. They get the ball back. And they are actually with a chance. I was going to say they actually had a chance to win this game, but we hold them. And we are going to come out of here 7-2. That was a tough game. These Saints are competitive. Stats on the day, Aaron Rodgers, 29 of 41, 397 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. But the real MVP of the game, Clinton Portis, not only did it on the ground, also did it through the air. 21 carries, 142 yards, 2 touchdowns, one of those rushes being an 80-yard touchdown run. Absolutely insane. Jason Witten had 8 catches for 113 yards. Wes Welker had 8 catches for 108 yards. Calvin Johnson had 6 for 93, and Clinton Portis had 3 for 50 and a touchdown. He went crazy in both sides of the offense there. Brian Urlacher led us with tackles, obviously. We sacked Aaron Brooks a ton of times, 1.5 with Thomas Davis Sr. Robert Mathis had 1, and then we split a sack with Justin Tucker, Mario Williams, and Brian Dawkins. We didn't pick off Aaron Brooks at all, but that's okay because we got the victory, 37-35. It was a tight one. It was a close one the entire way, but we come out on top. Okay, so let's finish out the rest of this season, hopefully where it'll end with us, hopefully like the goal is to win the division, and currently that's where we're at right now. We are 8-2. The Panthers are 8-3. This is a massive game. This might decide who wins the division right here. Come on, give us a big-time W. We win 23-16. That is massive, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you realize that or not, but this is an absolute massive, massive W. And hey, we're the number 1 seed. Our first playoff appearance could be as the 1 seed and a bye? Well, that would just be too much. That would just be way too much. And I would be here for it, but we lose to the Baltimore Ravens. And the Panthers also lost, and so did the Saints. So basically nothing changes, except for we might have just dropped out of the 1 seed. I don't know, but we got to beat the Browns here. This is a big-time game, and we lose to the Browns. So that is not good. Now, this game might determine the playoff picture. because we just lost 2 in a row, and we lose 3 in a row. So we lose to the Saints. We are not 1 seed anymore. No, we are now the 3 seed. What has happened to us? We have fallen from grace here. Going up against the 8-6 Pittsburgh Steelers. Can we get it done, get back on the winning side? Okay, we do win the game, and that was big because the Saints and the Panthers won. We are in a 3-way tie for first place here. We got to beat the Cowboys. This is a must-win game. Every game is a must-win game at this point. And we beat them 38-20. But both the Saints and the Panthers won as well. This is just insane. This division is absolutely cracked. Except for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are unfortunately 6-10 on the year. I need to check what is the record of the Commanders and the Seahawks. So the Commanders are 11-5. Everybody's 11-5. This 1 seed could go to the Commanders, the Seahawks, us, the Saints, or the Panthers. Or heck, even the Rams. If they won and they were 11-6 and everybody else lost, the Rams theoretically could jump into the spot. This is insane. We are guaranteed to make the playoffs. Guaranteed. We have clinched a playoff spot. That's what that X means. So our first ever playoff appearance in this series' history will be next episode. But now we've got to simulate this final game and find out what we will be doing in that next episode. Will we be a wild card team? Will we have won the division? Will we be the 1 seed? Here we go, going up against the 6-10 Denver Broncos. Give it to me, please. Give it to me hard. Give it to me wet. Please say a W on the top of the screen. It does, but unfortunately, everybody else won as well. As you can see, the Saints and the Panthers both won. The Seahawks are the 1 seed. The Seahawks won. The Commanders lost. So the Seahawks are the 1 seed. I'm guessing we're the 2 seed. And then you've got the Saints and the Panthers who also won. Let's check the official playoff picture to see what the actual numbers are. So the Seahawks are 1. Yes, we are the 2 seed. Commanders are 3. Saints are 5. Panthers are 6. So 3 of the 4 division teams made the playoffs. And unfortunately, us having that 3-game losing streak towards the end of the season really hurt us. Because now we have to play Wild Card Weekend against the San Francisco 49ers. But we do make the playoffs for the first time in this series. That's a big-time W. I'll take that all day and twice on Sundays. We made the playoffs for the first time. I couldn't be happier. We're going to bump that up for the defense, for the corners. And we're going to keep adding to this right here. Keep on getting them up. And then we can go down to increase the likelihood of safeties and wide receivers. All right. I mean, we could still buy these things, but we're just making slow progress on the player personnel tree. But that's going to do it for this video. I mean, actually, we can take a look at the stats so we don't have to do it next episode. I can't believe this is our first playoff appearance. Let's take a look at the stats on the year. What a wild division. What a wild division. So we've got Aaron Rodgers, 4,400 yards, 28 touchdowns, 6 picks in his first season as the starter. I'd say that's a good year. We can only expect it to go up, right? We can only go up from here, right? Clinton Portis in his first year as the running back of the team, 342 carries, 1,500 yards, 13 touchdowns, absolutely insane. Aaron Rodgers even ran for over 500 yards. Great season from Clinton Portis. And receiving, rookie wide receiver Calvin Johnson has 95 catches, 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Marquise Colson even had almost 1,000 yards with 980 and 8 touchdowns. Jason Witten had a really good season. Welker had a good season. Great stuff to see there. Defensively, yep, I assumed it, and I was right. Brian Urlacher leads the team in tackles as he usually does with 145. Sean Taylor has 115. Patrick Willis has 106. Tackle for loss leaders, 15 for Kevin Williams. Thomas Davis had 13, and Mario Williams had 10. Sack leader, 8.5 from Robert Mathis. That's pretty good because Robert Mathis really hasn't been like a breakout player for us since we got him. But now having an 8.5 sack season, that's pretty good. That's very, promising. Mario Williams had 5, Justin Tuck had 4.5, Williams had 4, Davis had 3, and then 1.5 from Patrick Willis, Keith Davis, 1 from Taylor, a half from a bunch of other guys. A lot of half a sacks, really. And then the interception leader, Darrelle Revis, in his rookie season has 3. Keith Davis has 2. And then Brian Dawkins, Carlos Dansby, Tremont Williams, and Randall Gay all have 1. How about forced fumbles? Patrick Willis forced 4 and recovered 4. Okay. Safeties. We got 2 safeties, Robert Mathis and Thomas Davis. Defensive touchdowns, Robert Mathis, Patrick Willis, and Sean Taylor. So that's probably a pick 6, but these 2 are probably fumble recoveries for touchdowns. All right. Those are some pretty good numbers on defense. Kicking-wise, Steven Gostkowski, 25 of 32. He made a 51-yarder, had a couple of missed extra points. That's nothing to worry about too much. And then kick returning, Wes Welker had 1 kick return touchdown, which is cool. And then Chauncey Stovall had really nothing to do on the punting game. But that's what our stats look like personally. I'm happy with how they look. I mean, they got us to the playoffs, so what can I say? And Michael Vick never got us to the playoffs. But here he is. Michael Vick, 8-9 record on the Buffalo Bills, finishing 3rd in the MVP, 1 spot above Aaron Rodgers. And Tom Brady on the Panthers finishes in 5th. Okay, we'll take a look at Michael Vick's stats before we end the episode. Urban Meyer wins Coach of the Year. Coach of the Year really doesn't matter. The AFC Player of the Year goes to Michael Vick, and I'm assuming he won Best Quarterback as well? He does. So Michael Vick in his first year as the Bills quarterback has a pretty decent season. Aaron Brooks wins the Offensive Player of the Year. Simeon Rice, that's not Simeon Rice, but Simeon Rice wins Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Adrian Peterson, just beating out Calvin Johnson. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Paul Posluszny, who I wanted, but we didn't get. Aaron Brooks wins Best Quarterback. Clinton Portis wins Best Running Back. Randy Moss is the Best Wide Receiver. Best Offensive Lineman is Orlando Pace. Best D Lineman is Simeon Rice. Best Linebacker is Cedric Hodge. Antonio Cromartie wins the Best DB. And Martin Gramatica, which is also not Martin Gramatica, but he wins the Best Kicker Award. I love some of the player portraits that are in the game for some of these guys. It's pretty funny. Oh, I forgot to do I had backed out too much. Let's go to Stats and Awards and check out Mike Vick. I'm really curious to see how he did in his first season in Buffalo. So we'll go up to the Buffalo Bills. Mike Vick had 4,200 yards through the air, 30 touchdowns and 1 pick. That's really good for Mike Vick through the air. Rushing-wise, he had 98 carries for 333 yards and 3 touchdowns. So they didn't really run him that much, but that might not be what their playbook has. Their playbook probably not a running quarterback playbook, although their playbook is Josh Allen, so I can see why he ran a little bit. If it was like the Tampa Bay playbook, then certainly wouldn't be running that much. But since it is the Josh Allen playbook, he does get a little bit more running. But he had a good year. 4,200 yards, 30 touchdowns to 1 pick. That's his best splits of his career in this series, because we certainly had more than 1 pick with him, that's for sure. I probably threw more than 1 in a game. But next episode will be our first ever playoff special. I'm super happy that we finally get to do a playoff special. We've just been going from the end of the season straight to the off season. So I'm glad that we finally get to do a little bit of something different and throw in a little playoff special. Now, the playoff special may only be 10 minutes because it might only be the wild card game, or maybe it'll be entirely to the Super Bowl. The playoff special will only be the playoffs. So however long we go in the run is however long the video will be. So I can't control it. If we lose in the wild card round, we're done. The playoff video is over. If we go on to the divisional round, so on until the Super Bowl. I don't think we're a Super Bowl team this year. I did make my prediction in the first video of the season that I thought this team was ready for the playoffs, and I was right on that. Now, I said in that video that I don't think we're a Super Bowl team, but who knows? Maybe we can surprise some people. Although probably not, because we went on a 3-game losing streak against some pretty not that great teams to the end of the season there. So we're kind of an up and down team right now, but hey, we made the playoffs, so you can't be too mad about it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.